Am I the asshole for skipping Thanksgiving because my mom won't let me cook? I, a 34-year-old man, am in a bit of a dilemma, and I need to know if I'm being unreasonable. For as long as I can remember, my family has had a big Thanksgiving celebration at my parents' house. It's been a tradition ever since I was a kid, with my mom, aunts, and grandmother all gathering in the kitchen to prepare a massive feast. The men? Well, we were expected to stay out of the way, watch football, and wait for the food to be served. That's just how it was. The thing is, I'm not your typical stay out of the kitchen kind of guy. I'm a trained chef, I went to culinary school, and I've been working in high-end restaurants for over a decade. Cooking isn't just my job, it's my passion. I love everything about it. Planning the menu, prepping the ingredients, the creativity, the satisfaction of seeing people enjoy what I've made. So naturally, as I got older, I wanted to bring some of that love for cooking into our family gatherings. I thought it would be a great way to contribute and make Thanksgiving even more special. But my mom, she was not having it. The first time I offered to help out in the kitchen, she laughed and said, "That's women's work." I thought she was joking at first, but when I tried to insist, she got defensive. She told me that Thanksgiving dinner was her domain, and that she didn't need a man getting in the way. It stung, but I let it go, thinking maybe she just wasn't used to the idea. But every year, I'd bring it up again, offering to help with the turkey, or maybe make a side dish, and every year, she'd shut me down. She even had a habit of making little digs about my career, saying things like, "When are you going to get a real job?" Or, "Cooking is fine for women, but it's no career for a man." I tried to brush it off, but it's been getting harder. My mom has always been very traditional, and in her mind, the kitchen is where the women belong, and the men should be in the living room. It's like she can't see past her own biases, even though she knows how much I love what I do. Fast forward to this year. Thanksgiving is coming up, and once again I offered to help. I suggested we switch things up and let me cook the main meal while she took care of the desserts, or we could collaborate and do it together. She flat out refused and made another snide comment about how she didn't want her son playing house. I was fed up. I told her that if she didn't want me to contribute, I'd rather stay home and cook Thanksgiving dinner for my own family, my wife and kids. That way, I could at least spend the holiday doing what I love, instead of sitting in the living room feeling useless and insulted. Well, my mom did not take that well. She's livid. She said I'm breaking tradition and ruining Thanksgiving for the entire family because I'm being selfish. She's upset that I won't be at her house for the holiday, which I understand, but the part that really got me was when she said, "Your wife should be the one cooking for you and the kids, not you." Now, my wife is amazing, but she's not a great cook, and that's okay. She doesn't enjoy it, and she's not particularly skilled in the kitchen, but I don't mind because I love cooking for her and our kids. To me, it doesn't matter who's making the meal as long as we're all together, enjoying it. But my mom sees it as some kind of failure on my wife's part, as if she's shirking her duty, and that's just not how I see things. So this year, I told my mom that I was going to skip the big family Thanksgiving and stay home to cook for my wife and kids. I even invited her and the rest of the family to join us if they wanted, but she said no, insisting that I was betraying the family tradition. She also made it clear that she thought I was enabling my wife by not forcing her to cook, which I thought was ridiculous and honestly, a little insulting. Now I'm being painted as the bad guy who's ruining Thanksgiving. My aunts have called asking why I'm not coming, and when I explain, they just say things like, "You know how your mother is, just let her have this." My dad hasn't said much, but I can tell he's disappointed too. I feel like I'm being asked to just suck it up and accept the situation because it's tradition. But I'm tired of feeling like I'm not allowed to share what I love with my family. My wife supports my decision, and she's looking forward to having a quiet, delicious Thanksgiving at home with just the four of us. But I can't shake the feeling that I'm letting everyone down by not going to my mom's house. So, am I the asshole for skipping Thanksgiving because my mom won't let me cook? Should I just suck it up and go, or is it fair to finally set a boundary and do things my way?